Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, whatever time it is for you. It is currently 5 p.m. for me specifically. Nobody else in the world is experiencing that. That's not true, actually. There's like a whole time zone that gets to experience this specific time frame. It's not really unique to me. So there's that. And I'm sorry for leading you astray, but I hope I still anyways, I'm tired. I've been getting very tired when I get home from the sewing course. I tried napping today. That didn't really make it better. Also, I don't know if it was the nap's fault or the fact that, I woke up at like 5 a.m. and I was like going through it. So physically, not emotionally, thank God. But I was like constipated. I think it was just indigestion, really. I just like really needed to like burp a lot. I think I may have eaten too much for dinner. That may have been the issue, which led me to like wake up at like 5 a.m. which is not fun. I don't think I ended up falling asleep again. I did go to bed at like 6 after an hour of suffering and then eventually getting better. And I don't think I ended up sleeping for that from 6 to 7. So that could have also been part of why I'm so low energy. But yesterday, nothing of the sort had happened and I was still very low energy. I don't know what is with that. Like, I'm fine. I'm out and about. I'm doing what needs to be done. And then the second I sit down at home, like, it's like every ounce of energy in me just completely collapses, like completely exits my body. So that's fun, right? Love that. So I can't drink caffeine. That's gonna be an interesting challenge. So I'm trying the power nap method. Today I went for 30 minutes. To me, it felt like it wasn't enough, but some people say that if they do like longer than like 15 minutes, then they get groggy and it doesn't help. So maybe I need to try a shorter nap situation. If that doesn't work, I might have to go for a longer version. Like, what if I try an hour? What if I try 45 minutes? Who knows? The sky is the limit. Maybe it will depend on how tired I am. So that's great. So that's wonderful. Oh, maybe I can also check one of those like things that calculates like a sleep cycle. So it tells you like, hey, if you go to bed now, you should wake up at this time. Maybe I should try that. Let me write that down, actually. Also, showering does not help you wake up, by the way. I'm not going to take a cold shower. I tried a little bit and I don't think that really helped. So I just ate a chocolate, okay? It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I'm fine, everyone. Anyway, let me write that down. Try sleep time calculator thing for next nap. Just as a little note, something to keep in mind. But I've had a good week. I hope that that's the same for you all. If not, I am so sorry. And I hope that today can at least be a day where you get to relax after whatever responsibilities you've got going on, whether it be work or school or anything in between or both. Some people somehow do both. Hats off to you. I can barely exist whilst having a part-time situation. I'm doing this sewing course. We technically haven't started sewing yet. This week was like we learned how to make like a pattern for like we were decorating like a shoebox. So each of us brought a shoebox from home. And this week we essentially like not sketched, but like we made the patterns for the boxes. So it's like the basics of like taking the measurements, right? And cutting the fabric and doing all that. So that was really nice. I think I might post the picture from the finished product of the box that I worked on. But this week went well. It's really nice to do something creative. It's funny because when I opened up when I reduced the amount of streams per week, right? I remember thinking like I'm opening the doors for new creative endeavors. And now I'm putting two and two together that like, yeah, this is like a very nice creative endeavor that I'm partaking in. And it's really nice, like pick the fabrics and to brainstorm what you're going to do and like talk to other people about it, get suggestions from your like classmates or whatever, or from the teacher, obviously. So this was a nice week. I'm very excited because on Monday we're actually learning how to sew. I think we're learning first like by hand how to do like the various kinds of hand stitching and such as. So I'm looking forward to that. There's a part of me that is slightly worried that I won't be good at it. But that's kind of the thing, right? About learning something new is that you're usually not good at it right away. Like some people may have some sort of like natural inclination or aptitude towards something, but ultimately most of us, if not all of us, are on the same boat. So ultimately I'm just like really excited about that because at the very least I would love to get out of this course or to finish this course being able to do like fix the hem of like the pants, you know what I mean? Like you get pants that are too long but they fit you just right and everywhere else, so you just have to fix the length, stuff like that, you know? Or maybe, you know, turning a t-shirt into a tank top without it looking ugly, or turning an old shirt into something else entirely, a bag, a pillow, who knows. Either way, I'm looking forward to it. And whatever we end up making is actually going to be sold at this like I don't really know the details of how it is, but it's a store where people can buy like affordable clothing items and stuff. I don't know. I mean, they're supposed to be especially cheap, especially because they're made from like recycled materials and stuff like that. And obviously, we're the ones making them at this course. So it's mostly, we call it like a symbolic payment situation where, you know, people just pay whatever they can for these clothing items. It supports the institution, but at the same time, they can get clothes in an affordable way. And we're also saving the environment because we're recycling clothes and materials and such as. So very cool stuff. Very cool initiative, all around. But yeah, I'm excited. I may not look excited because my energy levels are not very high, so I cannot lie to you there, and tell you that I'm feeling great and I'm gonna be super high energy, because that is not the case. That is not the case. But I am gonna be playing Clair Obscure Expedition 33. We started that a couple weeks ago. We've been playing this game, or rather, I've been playing this game every Friday for the last, this is the third week. So this hasn't been a very long playthrough so far. So if you happen to be new to it, I think personally, you're still on track. If you want to like catch the train early on. If not, you can always watch it later. Obviously, that's always an option for you to do. So, yeah. How has your week gone? Let me know. Tell me all about it. What's your biggest accomplishment this week? What was your favorite part about this week? And yeah, what are you looking forward to next week? You know? Very, very exciting times. Like I said, I am very much looking forward to actually learning how to sew next week. That's going to be very exciting. I am going to be getting like my first transportation pass in a very long time. So that's pretty exciting. So I'm hoping that will motivate me to leave the house more often. Because I won't have the excuse of like, you know, having to pay for the transportation. So that's nice. I mean, technically I will be paying for it monthly, but you know, don't worry about it. I'll also get it partially recomped because I'm doing the course and I have to take the bus to get there. So that's nice, right? That's nice. Anyways, public transportation, love it, especially when it's on time. Am I alright, ladies? I don't know. Should we just like play this game? I don't know what else to tell you, really. I feel like I'm still not good at streaming. Like, I started streaming in 2016. I started making YouTube videos in like 2014, I want to say. And I still feel like I'm not great at this. I still feel like there's so much room for improvement. And weirdly enough, I've been rather complacent with content creation. So that is something that I definitely want to change. Because a part of me, I literally forgot what I was going to say. That's so funny. I got distracted. I was scrolling through Twitter for some reason. It's so bad. Why was I even there? Like, every other post is garbage. It's like a bot posted that. Anyways, I forgot what I was saying. Oh yeah, content creation. I've been having fun with the games themselves and the things that I'm playing, right? So especially lately, it's been really fun to do Metaphor, Refantasio. I really love that game. As you know, I adore the PS1 demos. Obviously, that journey has gotten very repetitive, unfortunately, towards the end section. But there's still some new things here and there sprinkled in there that are fun to get into. So it's not too bad that we get a few repetitions. And I obviously love Clair Obscur Expedition 33. Like, this game is great. This game, I was trying to come up with like another way to put it, but it's just great. It's a great game. It's very captivating. I'm still so early on with it. But I don't know. I feel like I don't know what it is. Like, I like what I do. I like the games themselves, but it feels as though and this isn't everything, but I feel like there's a lot of different things to it. So one, it feels as though sometimes I am just like talking to myself for very long periods of time, which is fine. I understand that, and especially starting when especially as someone who started making YouTube videos first, I know what it's like to do that when you're recording a video and you're just talking to nobody, but you're talking to people, but you know, you're hoping they watch it later. But doing that exercise in real time, live, hoping that like hopefully somebody's watching this, and if not, hopefully someone will watch this later, it's kind of like a grim thing to feel at times. It's like, well, let's hope this one gets watched. But to me, I feel as though yeah, it's just it does feel, I'm trying to put this in a way where it doesn't feel like I'm not grateful for the support that I do get, right? Because I do get support from people, and I obviously don't forget that. But I don't know, sometimes I think like, should I just like not do games? Like, should I just yap? Should I just do like chatty streams? Should I not do like long-term series? Are people more interested in one-off streams of certain games or whatever? Like, I'm feeling a disconnect between, I guess that's a better word. I'm feeling a disconnect between finding something that I want to do, but also that people want to watch. Because to me, sometimes I feel like, again, like there is a bit of a disconnect. Like, I think I got very lucky when I was doing Deltarune, because it was around the time that the new chapters were like the release date for the new chapters came out like as I was on my like second Deltarune stream or something like that. It was something like that, where at first those streams weren't really getting a major reaction. To be fair, none of my content gets a major reaction if we really think about it in that way. But as far as like my usual numbers and all that stuff, which is so to talk about, but whatever, those streams started doing better, and I've started, for a minute there, I started getting a lot of interactions, and people were really into Deltarune, and some of them were willing to give other games a chance and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know. I really do enjoy streaming, but when you have to say "but" at the end of that, you know, like something is kind of off about it. So I don't really know what to do about it, which sucks, because I hate to bring it up and to be like, well, I don't have a solution for this problem that I'm presenting to you. I'm also not expecting anyone else to have that solution for me, because I don't even know if this is even a problem that needs to be solved or whatever. But to me, I'm starting to feel as though I'm going through the motions again when it comes to making videos. I don't like the fact, or not making videos, but streaming, right? Because I'm not really making videos anymore. Or I haven't been for a while. And so my thing right now, the way that I'm thinking about it is, I don't like how I'm just sort of, it kind of feels like, okay, here's another week of Metaphor, here's another week of PS1 demos, here's another week of Clair Obscur. Like, to me, it feels like I'm in this, like, sort of routine, which maybe isn't the best kind of approach for a creative endeavor. And to me, I haven't felt that creative doing this endeavor, if that makes sense. Like, yeah, I'll do a thumbnail and I'll make this and I'll make that. But ultimately, I'm not really like brainstorming ideas anymore. Or I'm not really like thinking about how I'm going to edit a video and how I'm going to make it work and all of that stuff. And also, obviously, the lack of energy in the afternoons lately. This week, I guess, that's when it really started, isn't ideal for streaming or for really any kind of content making. Because, you know, I don't think people necessarily expect me to be like super high energy and jumping like and screaming and doing all that. But yeah, I guess I guess this must be really weird to experience right before I'm supposed to be playing a game. But yeah, I'm just, I don't like that. This is a very complex situation for me, because it's not like this feels like a chore. It's not like, but at the same time, it doesn't not feel like one. Like, for example, today, I probably would have slept for longer. I probably would do the same as I did yesterday, and I would just, like, be low energy and, like, just sit here and watch YouTube videos or something or whatever, and, like, just recharge my energy in that way or something like that. But I also made the commitment that I was gonna stream, and I wanted to come through with it, right? But at the same time, it is tricky to do something for a while and not really see it going anywhere necessarily. And it's, listen, I think the main thing that I'm having a hard time with isn't even like how things are performing. I think it's my own attitude of like going from caring too much and like overthinking everything to then I feel like I've hit, like, the pendulum swung to the opposite side of, like, at some point my mindset became, I'm just gonna do whatever I want, and if it works, it works, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. So I think I may need, I guess I'm yearning for a middle ground in that regard, where maybe I want to start caring a little about my channel's growth and like steps that I can take to help it grow, but whilst at the same time having fun and doing my thing and not caring too much, which I guess is a balance that potentially most YouTubers, Twitch streamers, YouTube streamers, anything anything else, TikTok creators and everyone in between. I'm assuming that's a balance that everyone struggles with, right? Like, but yeah, like I'm not sure what that change could look like, and I'm not sure what the first step even is towards doing something different on here. But it's tricky. It's really tricky because at the same time, I don't want to end, or I don't want to abruptly cancel any of the ongoing things that we're doing on here. So do I just keep doing this until I eventually finish all the ongoing series, and then maybe I take a break and reevaluate everything? Or I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the move is, and I haven't really given myself even the time to think about it. I haven't really given myself the like a period of time to really consider it. And it's interesting because I initially opened up an extra free day for my from my streams, right? And then very shortly after, I ended up getting this sewing course. So it's not like I really... It's not like I really... What am I trying to say? I'm trying to think. What am I even trying to say? Maybe I'm just tired and I'm just very rambly. Nah, I don't know. I don't know what I was trying to say. But yeah. I don't know. I feel as though I've been sort of floating, where I think, not really floating, but like kind of going through the motions. So yeah, I'm not liking that approach anymore. So I don't know what to do about it specifically, but I do want to do something about it. So I don't know if that will mean like me taking a break for a minute, or I'm not really sure what that's gonna mean. But I feel similarly to like the daily shorts. Like, I love the idea of like me posting something every day and showing up and, always having something to say, or like whatever the case may be. But I'm also having a hard time with the current mindset that I have. It's not really a mindset that I actively think about, and it's not something that I'm doing consciously, where I guess, you know what? I'm gonna change this to a yapping stream. I don't know if I really have another thumbnail that I can use, but I'm gonna change this to a yapping stream. I've just decided to change the concept of today's stream. So I'm gonna change everything about it. I don't really have... I'll have to... Hold on. I have to do something. I have to change the thumbnail. That's the one thing that annoys me sometimes about YouTube streams, is that you really... There's always like a thumbnail situation going on, and it's kind of annoying sometimes. Okay, anyways, I'm gonna change I'm gonna change the thumbnail. I'm gonna change everything about this stream. Yapping time. I'm yapping. Take this off of the playlist. It's yapping time. I don't feel like playing the game right now. I feel like yapping today. So I'm going to change that. I'm going to remove that post as well. Pretend you didn't see it. Hi. It's yapping time. Okay, anyways, I don't love, I guess I'm just gonna sit back a little bit and just like do a little chill moment with y'all, which I really do appreciate doing that actually. Anyways, so let's really get into it. I don't enjoy the fact that I guess subconsciously I shifted my mindset to just quantity over quality over time. And I think that was a good approach for me to have to carry me through to today. Because I think that before this year, I don't know. I feel like before I started taking my medication, I feel like I was just in survival mode. I was just trying my best. I was just, doing whatever. I'm also gonna stop scrolling. But I was just like doing shit. I was just like vibing. I was just hanging out. And so I do feel like I kind of want to shift that mindset around a little bit now, where maybe I want to give myself the time to come up with ideas for things and maybe start being less passive about content creation, right? Like maybe it's time for me to apply what I've applied to my life, where I'm more mindful of what I'm doing. I write everything down and I'm like, this is what I need to try to do. This is what I want to do tomorrow. This is what, and sort of adapting and whatever. I feel like when it comes to streaming and even when it comes to the daily shorts, it's become a little bit of an autopilot kind of situation where I feel like I am still somewhat, I'm still present in what I'm doing, but it's almost like I commit to this series and I'm just experiencing it. It feels as though like I'm just there reacting to stuff when I feel as though I'm kind of interested. I'm growing interested to the idea of like, I'm the one providing the content, not necessarily something else is providing content to me so that my reaction is the content. Like, I'm feeling a need to be more active when it comes to like, first of all, I've gotten a little bit of a podcast bug, which I don't know what that is gonna mean, if I'm just gonna like start yapping every week or something like that, and I'll have something like that going on. Or I don't know what that's gonna mean. I've considered shifting fully to retro content, but I don't know. I do feel like maybe that is something for me to consider, like what I want to do, if I even want to do anything at all. I really do love creating YouTube videos, and I mean, I haven't really technically technically I have been creating YouTube videos because the streams become YouTube videos, but I'm not really creating actively, if that makes sense at all. Like, yeah, I guess I want to feel more in control. I need to stop. I need to put my mouse down. I need to fidget with something that is not my mouse so that I'm not scrolling all the time. What should I fidget with? Maybe a highlighter? I should probably get a fidget toy or something like that, like a quiet one or something. I don't know. Anyways, or maybe like a pencil. A pencil is rather, I don't really, y'all can see in the corner I'm like doing this. Yeah, I'm feeling like what I'm doing currently isn't good enough. And I'm not saying this in a way of like, oh no, please compliment me. Like, I'm not fishing for compliments is what I'm saying. Like, I genuinely, I mean, I probably, okay, I'll be honest, I don't really watch the type of content that I make anymore. I don't know, like, when is the last time I watched a gaming stream? I don't know when's the last time I've really watched like a gameplay video, like a let's play or something of the sort. So maybe it's time for me to shift to something else. Although I really do love the video games that I play, and that's the thing that is kind of like, that's the mystery, I guess, that I've yet to crack. It's like, what is it? You know, like, what is it? Like, I love the games themselves, but I don't love the outcome of the content itself, I guess, is probably, okay, this music is a bit intense. Let's chill a little bit, girl. I still want to play Game Chops music. Let's see, like, a playlist of theirs. Something chill, but not too chill. Something nice, but not too intense. Is there something juicy here? Oh, there you go. Easy listening. I'm in. We'll do that. All right. I got completely distracted by that, so I don't even know what I was saying anymore. So there's that. Oh yeah, right. So I love the games that I'm playing, but I don't love the content that comes out of that, I guess, is the best way to put it. Which is an interesting thing, because playing the games is the content, so why do I not enjoy the final product? You know what I mean? Like, or it's not even that I don't enjoy doing it, but sometimes as I'm streaming, I'm like, this isn't good, or this isn't good enough, or this could be better. And I don't mean that, again, I genuinely don't mean that as in like, oh, I'm insecure about myself and I'm just talking shit about myself. Like, no, I genuinely do feel like I'm not on my A game. And I feel like I have so much more to give, and I have so much more in me, and I'm just not flourishing at the moment, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know if it's the current formats. I don't know if it's the current format of what I'm doing. I don't know if I need to come up with like something. Let me put my controller aside. I don't know if there's something I don't know if I should approach this in a different way. I don't know if there's an alternative to this. Like, is the alternative me just recording these like playthroughs and editing them or something? I don't know if that's something I even have energy for, to be honest with you. The thought of editing a video does not sound fun to me, you know? And I guess my thing is, I guess what I'm trying to say is, like, I would still have fun. I feel like the fun that I have playing these games is the same type of fun that I would have playing them offline. But I'm not playing them offline. I'm making content, and the content that I feel like I'm making is not good. So what is the end goal then, right? If the base of it, I'm just like drawing on my notebook for no reason, but like if the base is like video games, and if that base is fun, I love fun, but video games as content currently could be better, you know? And I'll be honest, I wonder if part of like me not watching, I don't really watch gaming content. I mean, I do watch Smosh games, but they do mostly like board games and things like that. And I do feel as though to be honest, I kind of yearn a little bit for like, not necessarily collabs, but I do think it could be fun to have someone to play off of, which is so tricky because like all of my friends have things going on and are doing their own things, and like how would I even do that? But you know, like, because I genuinely feel like that kind of stuff is like funnier to enjoy. I feel like, you know, that's why a lot of people love, I mean, obviously Smosh, because they play off of each other's energy. It's not just like one person playing a game and they're just like, wow, this is cool, which I feel like it's so much of what I do, because I'm just like, I'm also sometimes just not a super reactionary person. Sometimes I don't sit here and I'm like, oh my god, wow. And I guess I think the biggest issue right now is that streaming is feeling mindless. It doesn't feel like I'm looking down because I'm looking at my notes. That I'm just like taking now as I'm talking. It doesn't feel like I have a direction. I don't have anything planned in advance. So it's not like I sit here and I'm like, I have all these topics and all these things prepared, all these different segments even. At the same time, it feels very mindless. It feels like sometimes I'm just feeling the silence rather than like really taking in what's happening and then, you know, coming up with a joke and saying it. Or like, you know, sometimes I feel like I just get in the moment and I'm just like, you know, it's just like word vomit a little bit, and like, yeah, like I think that's what it is sometimes, is I'm just like trying to fill dead air, and I don't love that. I want my content to be funny. So right now it's mindless. Ideally, I want it funny and also fun, which fun is subjective. Some people have fun watching paint dry. Some people have fun watching a regular playthrough, but I also feel like I don't know. I don't think the era of regular playthroughs is dead, but I feel as though maybe for me specifically, doing them, it feels a little ordinary. It feels like I'm not bringing anything new to the table. It doesn't feel like I'm doing anything fun for the people to watch. Like, I'm having fun, but I also feel like I'm having fun and being boring. You know? So ideally, I would love for my streams to be funny, to be fun. I mean, mostly I think funny is it, because I love to make people laugh. I love being silly. But I feel like I'm missing a little bit of that. I don't know if it's because the games that I play tend to be a little serious or something. Or maybe I just play them too earnestly and too seriously, you know? And I should probably, you know, take some time to watch like videos about comedy and improv and stuff like that, and like really develop that side of things so that I can be more, so these can be more about fun rather than just like part 2 of game, part 3, part 4, because, you know, even as I'm making the thumbnails, I'm not like, wow, I'm so excited for this. It's also very tricky. Let me tell you something. It's so tricky to make a thumbnail for a stream, because when I used to make videos, just videos, you make the thumbnail after the video is done, because you can take especially if it's a gaming video, you take a screenshot from like something like a face that you made while playing it, and then you can, you know, include in the thumbnail what made you react to that, maybe, you know, and you can do something like that. But when it comes to like, if I don't know what's gonna happen in the game, then how can I, you know, in the thumbnail tell you that this video or this stream will be funny, or this stream will be good, or what I'm even doing that stream. So I do think that sometimes the thumbnails may come out a little boring or a little basic. I'm having a little bit, I guess I'm just like ranting so much. But I guess that's kind of what yapping is, and that's kind of literally what I decided today was gonna be as I was streaming. So improvising on the spot. Anyways, I forgot what I was saying. So yeah, I do feel like a lot of changes could be made for me to improve, and I'm not satisfied with the output currently. It's not even, I genuinely, I'm trying to really get to the bottom of it and be like, am I bothered by the view count? And I genuinely don't think the view count is the issue. I think the issue is that I don't care. And I feel like, you know, for someone who used to care too much, that was a problem. But going from caring too much to not caring at all is a problem. Because what, you know, when you care, you put in the work and you put in the preparation, you put in all this stuff. But I feel like I got so locked into this format, and I did it to myself. You know, it's not like I'm getting huge numbers that justify me sticking to a specific formula because it works. Because I mean, if we're looking at the statistics, the formula isn't working. So I don't know why I'm doing it. But a part of me is also like, but what else am I gonna do? What else am I gonna really do here, you know? So I'm at a little bit of a dilemma, because I kind of want to break out of this conventional, like, gameplay, let's play, first playthrough kind of format where it's like, Hi guys, I'm playing this game today. Come on in. Welcome MTV Cribs. Here's my fridge. You know? I don't know, like maybe is there like a gimmick? Is there a gimmick? There at some point when I used to stream on Twitch, there was this gimmicky sort of series that I did where it was like I would play a game for an hour and then I would film a 1 minute like short video about my experience with that game, and it was almost like a little bit of a first impressions review kind of thing. Quick review kind of moment. So I wonder if there's something to be done there. I don't know. And it's weird to do this on camera because it's not like I wanna like brainstorm. I don't want to do a brainstorming session and then have people be like suggesting ideas and me shutting them down or whatever, you know? Like I don't want to do that to people, and I don't want to put that kind of pressure on people, right? So yeah. Ew, I hate these streams. I hate when I stream and I don't have anything prepared and I'm just yapping and I'm just ranting, because it really does feel like I'm just throwing a bunch of problems at you, and that you're just like, oh, what am I supposed to do with this? Like, okay, great, thanks for telling me how you feel, girl. Like, get a therapist, journal this. Like, why do I care? That's how I feel whilst making this. So I should stop. But I don't know what else to do, really. So there's that. But yeah, it's interesting because this is not the type of content that I make. And that's something that I keep going back to. It's like, I don't really watch this kind of stuff anymore. I think it comes and goes in waves. Like sometimes I like to watch someone play a game for the first time, especially a game that I already know and I've already played, so that I'm not going to get it spoiled for me. But yeah, I don't understand. I don't know. I feel like, you know, I'm having a little bit of a identity crisis on YouTube. It's like I want to do it and I love to do it. It's like, you know, in theory I want to do something, but then it's like what am I trying to say? It's like the being into the concept of like, ooh, I really want to post videos, but I don't have anything else other than that. So it's like, I really want to make videos, but I literally have no idea what kinds of videos. I don't have any specific vision in mind. I'm just like, I want to do that thing, you know? So there's that. Have you ever read the Bible? Yeah, your dad read it to me. You should ask him what passages he read to me while we were intimate. Anyways, it's a really good true story. Well, I'm glad you like it, I guess. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. The Bible is my favorite nonfiction book, but it's also fiction, partially. Also, we also don't know how much of it is embezzled, We don't know how much of it was actually true. We don't know how much of it was exaggerated, because you know damn well people love to exaggerate when they tell a story. You know damn well, people will, like, something really basic will happen, and some people love to make it something that it was not. People love to make something a bigger deal than it actually was. So yeah, it's a book, because if it was God's word, it would be an audio book by God himself, but it's not, because it's a book that was written by the people who wrote the different passages, which were all Jesus's friends, by the way. So, can you really trust them to be legitimate about their bestie? To me, it sounds like they were biased and they were exaggerating the story to make their friend look cool. Have you read Twilight? It's a really good true story. It's Bella's word. It's not just a book. I've actually never read Twilight, and I've actually never seen it either. Should I change that? Is that something I should do? Bella's work. You better work. Vampire girl. Ew. That was so ugly. I am so sorry. I just did that. Apparently Twilight is like, I don't know if how true this is, but I feel like I've seen people saying that like Twilight is like, what was it? People were saying it was like religious propaganda, like Mormon or something like that. It was like, people were like, this is Morgan McMichael's propaganda. Yes, I'm in. Apparently people were saying that it's like Mormon propaganda or something. I'm gonna look it up. We're gonna get to the bottom of this. Twilight Mormon. Okay. There's a post by the HuffPost. And there's a Reddit post. So obviously, we're going to click on the Reddit post first. Obviously, I'm going to read the Reddit post. Let's be honest. Why would I do anything else? Anyways, do you just want do you want to see this? Do you want to see what I'm looking at? I don't know how safe it is to show I guess I'm not logged in. I almost said locked in. I'm so locked in, chats. I'm so locked in. They got inspired by me when they came up with Locktober. I don't know. Anyways, so here's a little essay by Binary Unbounded about Twilight. Okay, are we gonna read the whole thing? Probably not. Let's be honest with ourselves here. Let me make this real big so y'all can see it properly. So Mormonism and Twilight. This is a small essay on Mormonism and Twilight because this person is an English major and loves to expound on different ways you can read a text. So, apparently there are some parallels drawn by other analysts. The fact that Carlisle, is that how you say that name? Carlisle Cullen is a Joseph Smith figure, or that vampires are sort of a metaphor for being resurrected. The abstinence themes, the fact that Myers' visions of Bella's rebellion in New Moon don't involve any sort of substance use or promiscuity. But there is a topic that this person hasn't seen touched on, and that is imprinting and the concept of soulmates. So soulmates isn't exactly a Mormon-specific idea. Bella's belief is that Edward is her destined mate, but the presence of imprinting makes a particular Mormon belief very relevant. Mormons believe that in pre-existence, before life on earth, people destined to be together knew each other, and also knew that they would eventually choose one another if they followed the covenant path. You can see that belief pretty well reflected in the idea of imprinting. A werewolf spots a person, instantly gets the feeling that they know them and that they adore them, and the two of them are perfect for each other. They go on to say they've known several Mormons, including their own parents. They believed their soul instantly recognized their destined mate upon meeting, even if neither person fully realized it yet. They say this might be a little bit of a crack theory and they could be wrong, but they do see similarities between the werewolves waiting for their imprint to grow up. Ew. Gross. And the cultural practice of a girl waiting for the missionary she's engaged to come home. I feel like this might be a little bit of a stretch. It's a pretty ingrained cultural expectation among Mormons for young men to serve a 2-year mission when they come of age. Returned missionaries are then expected to start seeking out a wife and beginning to have children. The missionary is thought to have spiritually grown on his mission, is now completely ready for marriage. Girls who are engaged to missionaries are expected to not date at all during those 2 years he's gone, and once he's back, they often get married within a few months. With Quill waiting for Claire to come of age and not seeing any other girl during that time, and Jacob waiting for Renesmee, what a fucking name, Renesmee. It could be a gender-reversed version of that dynamic. Again, though, this could be just me looking for patterns. I think this might be a bit of a stretch. But maybe not. Who knows? I didn't write Twilight. I don't know. Another pretty clear idea in the book that this person doesn't see talked about much is the parallels between priesthood and the Cullen brand of vampirism. Mormons believe that the priesthood is a sacred power and authority held by Jesus and its apostles, and Joseph Smith was granted all the priesthood keys by God when he established Mormonism. It's given to men by those who already hold the priesthood, and all those men over the age of 12 have gone through a ceremony that gives them some of its authority. Carlisle, I hope that's how you say that name because I don't know how else I would pronounce that, is already a very clear Joseph Smith ex-spy. He's discovered a way to be saved and live forever, and although it's hard, the morality of his chosen path will make the quality of life better for those who follow it. Aside from Jasper and Alice, who were converts, Carlisle has personally turned all the members of his family, and they have the power to pass the condition on to others. Although women cannot personally hold the priesthood, their marriage to a priesthood holder is thought to give them the same blessings that a priesthood-holding man would have. Bella being turned by Edward after her marriage to him and now shares his vampiric powers except for his gift of mind reading. Although Meyer may have not intended for there to be such direct parallels, this is one of the most clear-cut ones in the entire series. Wow. That is so interesting. Then we have a little take from Pineapple Flavored Gum. Very good username. Watching these movies and the writing made so much more sense after my girlfriend told me that the author was Mormon. Every time Bella seems to warn her about making Edward the sole purpose of her existence. Every vampire tells her being one is horrible. Everyone tells her not to carry the half-vampire child, and she does it all anyways. In Mormonism, it's thought that a married couple becomes deified and creators of new universes in the afterlife, right? So it makes sense that she doesn't have She doesn't take codependency seriously, because for the writer, that's exactly what marriage is: choosing the one person you're meant to spend eternity with. And since she's choosing to become a vampire, she's choosing to be with Edward for eternity. She disregards the struggles of being a vampire because if Edward can do it, so can she says. Edward is almost like a Jesus figure sometimes, and Jesus is the example for those faithful to him to follow. Also, choosing Jesus and separating yourself from the secular world isn't thought of as being simple and easy. It's supposed to be hard, just like living the life of a moral vampire. Okay, interesting. I wonder if Jacob has any similarities to worldliness. Today we contrast humanity with robots and AI, but in the ancient world, it was contrasted with animalistic tendencies. Succumbing to your emotions and passions, the virtue and reason were valued. Jacob is quite literally an animal and is much more upfront about his feelings for Bella and even forces a kiss on her. Ew. I feel like there might be more parallels for Jacob representing secular or even sinful society, but that's all I've got now. Okay, interesting. I was not aware. There's also a HuffPost about this, which I am rather interested in seeing. Okay, this is a much shorter read, so we're good. We're good. This is a 15-year-old article. That's wild. Anyways, we're diving deep here, you guys. Mormon influence imagery run deep through Twilight. So this is by Angela Alice. Hi, Mr. Least. That's funny. We're diving into the theories that Twilight is like riddled with Mormonism influences and imagery and such as. So there you go. I'm reading this article from the HuffPost, so enjoy. Ever since Dracula began haunting the imagination in 1897, popular culture has identified Christian symbols, crucifixes, holy water, communion wafers as weapons to ward off a bloodthirsty vampire. The Twilight novels and film franchise have religious associations too, but most of them come from the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, the Mormons. Okay, if you are likely to recognize the religious references in the film based on the novels by Stephanie Meyer, herself a Mormon. I think people make up all these Mormon references just so they can publish Twilight articles in respectable publications like the New York Times. This was Robert Patterson. He said that. He told Entertainment Weekly that. Even Stephanie said it doesn't mean any of that. It is possible that Meyer never set out to weave Mormon imagery into the Twilight background, yet intentional or otherwise, it is hard to ignore. So, the first one, the story's teenage heroine Bella avoids coffee, tea, alcohol, and tobacco, not unlike the Mormons' word of wisdom health code. Bella also advises her father to cut back on steak, much like the Mormon teaching to eat meat and poultry sparingly. Feminists have questioned Bella's frequent cooking and cleaning household chores that reflect a strong Mormon work ethic and traditional roles for women. The official motto for heavily Mormon Utah is industry, and its symbol is the beehive. A crucial Mormon belief is that humans can become divine. In the Twilight series, the Cullen family of vampires was once human, but now lives without death in a resurrected condition. Their immortality is kind of a probationary period for eternal life. Meyer describes the Cullens, particularly Edward, as godlike and inhumanely beautiful. Okay, interesting. Mormon believe angels are resurrected beings of flesh and bone. The most familiar is Moroni, who stands high atop Mormon temples, trumpet in hand. The Book of Mormon says Moroni was a 5th century prophet who visited founder Joseph Smith in 1823. Smith described Moroni as radiating light and glorious beyond description. Bella, in Twilight, describes her vampire boyfriend Edward as an angel whom she can't imagine any more glorious. Edward's skin sparkles in the sunlight, and he visits Bella's bedroom at night. But Mormon angels don't have wings. In the Twilight film, Edward sits in the science lab, the outstretched wings of a stuffed white owl just over his shoulders. Interesting. A unique Mormon teaching is that marriages are sealed for eternity. Spouses are referred to as eternal companions and eternal partners. Bella describes her relationship with Edward as forever. Bella and Edward's marriage and her quick pregnancy underscore the Mormon emphasis on the family. But Bella's half-human/vampire fetus nearly destroys her, so her distraught husband suggests an abortion and artificial insemination. Mormons permit abortions if the mother's life is in danger, and artificial insemination is an option for married couples. Bella quickly vetoes both abortion and artificial insemination, reinforcing the essential Mormon teaching of individual choice or agency. Meyer has said that the apple on the cover of the first Twilight novel represents Eve's choice in the Garden of Eden. To take you to the Garden of Eden. Okay, anyways, the poster for Eclipse includes the line, "It all begins with a choice." The patriarch of the vampire family, Carlisle Cullen, supports Bella when he explains, "It wouldn't be right to make such a choice for her, to force her." By the conclusion of the Twilight series, Bella's Quilut, I don't know how to say that word, I'm so sorry. Her friend Jacob imprints on her daughter, meaning he will marry the girl when she's older and establish a genetic link to her vampire family. That's so wild. Mormons believe they share a common heritage with Native Americans through ancient Israel. The Book of Mormon teaches that a remnant of these ancient people came to America around 600 BC. Their descendants, the Lamanites, are among the ancestors of the Native Americans. Quilut names in the series are decidedly Hebrew. Jacob, Paul, Sam, Ephraim, Jared, Seth, Joshua, okay, etc., etc. There's many names. Jacob's last name is Black, a reference to the Lamanites' skin of blackness, metaphorically a religious rather than an ethnic distinction. Bram Stoker probably never imagined that vampires would actually represent a religious doctrine, but more than a century later, Twilight shows that these nocturnal creatures can accommodate just about anything. That is wild. I never looked that much into it because I know nothing about Twilight because I've never seen it, but the fact that there's so many like references and parallels, which I guess, if she is Mormon, even if she doesn't like actively intend on referencing it, I guess she kind of accidentally does, and it will naturally come to her, right? Because that's that's her version of family. That's her version of like that's how she believes families or family dynamics should be and all that stuff. So that is so interesting. I guess it's not quite Mormon propaganda, but that's interesting. Anyways, I think I'm gonna head off now. I know this was a very short stream. However, I don't want to just stream for the sake of streaming. I don't want to just like do something just to show up. I don't want to just like be there. right? I wanna, if I'm gonna be here, I want it to have a purpose, and I want it to make sense, and I want it to be something that I'm excited for and I'm proud of. Not, again, not that I'm not proud of, like, not that I'm not excited about the games that I've been playing, but I haven't been, it's not that I haven't been excited about the content either. It's just that the aftermath of the streams, or rather sometimes midstream, I'm like, this isn't fun for people watching. This isn't good content, you know? Like, as like a gamer, I love what I do. As a content creator, I'm like, this could be better. I could be better. This could be more. This could be something else. This could be more fun. This could be more entertaining. And I don't know how to quite do that. So I don't know. I don't know if I'll take next week off from streaming and like try to figure that out. I don't know if I'll spend this weekend sleeping on it and with that in mind. But yeah, I don't want to go through the motions anymore, and I don't want to just like do stuff just for the sake of doing it, or just for the sake of consistency, or whatever that means. So I'll reflect on this. I'll think about this when I'm not streaming, and not too much though, because let's be honest, I also don't want to, you know, overthink and destroy my brain over this, because this is supposed to be just fun. So I'm ultimately not like thirsty or like desperate. I guess desperate is the best word, to like make this work or to do something with this or whatever. But I also do care, you know, like, and I missed caring and like really being excited, or not excited is the wrong word. Like really caring about the quality of what I'm doing rather than just like making stuff. Because I do think like making a lot of things, regardless of quality, is how you get to a point where you start becoming more ambitious about like, okay, I've been doing this for a minute, let's up the ante a little bit. And I think I'm at that point where I kind of want to up the ante. I don't know exactly what that's going to mean, but stay tuned, I guess. I don't know. All right, y'all. Have a good rest of your day. Have a wonderful weekend. And maybe I'll see you on Monday. Maybe I'll see you soon. Maybe I won't, and I'll just take some time off. I don't know. Not sure. I'll let you know when I figure it out. Have a good one. Goodbye.